Hi guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. And today we are going to build a park for my huge Willow Creek Campus project, where I will turn the Willow Creek world that you get if you have just the Sims 4 base game into a huge campus, university, world, something like that. And yeah, I actually asked you guys on Twitter what I should build next, because I kinda had some time on my hands, and usually I'm not inspired that much to know what to build, so I kinda ask you guys sometimes on Twitter what I have to build next. And yeah, this is the road. It was super close between the vampire builds and the university builds. So yeah, the campus park won, and this is why I started building last night. It took me about 6 hours to build in whole, which is pretty like a lot for a park. I wouldn't have thought that it would ever take me 6 hours to build a park. But yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff in there. I had so many ideas that I wanted to have in this park for my campus, because there are so many different kinds of students and, you know, like subjects that you can learn. So I thought I need something for the art sims. I need like a little sport gym corner. I need some slacker, water pipe, shisha, hookah bar, hookah corner. I wanted to have a huge pool, some kind of a natural pond or river so they can swim in there. I also wanted to have some chess tables, lots and lots of stuff. So for different sims and different students, of course, different kind of corners and niches in this kind of park. So yeah, you can do lots and lots of stuff in there. And this is actually, I could incorporate every little idea that I had. So it is awesome. This is on the 50-50 lot in the middle of Willow Creek, where usually the park actually is. So this is how it looks like when it's all done. In my Willow Creek, I have this sorority fraternity built in the upper left corner, and just a little bit lower there will be the park. And yeah, it's pretty empty right now, but we are going to fill this, and as usual, I will always ask you guys what to build next for this project. You know that in my live stream that we're going to do the dormitory, another thing that I can't pronounce right, but yeah, dormitory. And yeah, I hope that we can finish it in the live stream as well. And yeah, so this is the park. I wanted to build a little house, villa, palace thing in the middle, because I was inspired by the Grand Palais in Paris. Maybe as a fashionista you have seen it, because usually the Chanel fashion shows are in there. And this is how I came to know this amazing building. I, as a German, of course, have been several times to Paris, you know, just like a city trip or something. But yeah, I've never seen the Grand Palais, to be honest. Never. It was never something that occurred to me to go there. I guess it's just for art installations or like art, like as an art gallery or something. Usually when there aren't like any concerts or events happening in there. So yeah, I never went there. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but I never went there, but I'm sure I will someday. But yeah, the Grand Palais is like a very new Baroque, I never know how to pronounce it in English, building. And it's very beautiful, of course, as every Baroque building is, with lots and lots of statues and columns and everything, and it has this really nice glass ceiling. So we don't have glass ceilings here, but I could find some glass roof thingies that came with the City Living Pack, but I'm not so sure if it's with the City Living Pack. And I'm going to stack it here so it looks as if it's made out of glass. And then I wanted to have like lots and lots of glass all around it too. So it is kind of a botanical garden house, something like that. Usually in Germany we also have like newer castles. I call them newer because they have this Baroque style. And those kinds of castles usually have kind of a, yeah, I just refer to it now as a botanic house or hall, where they had the exotic plants in there, like palm trees and like exotic fruits and flowers, for example, that would not survive out there in the German garden, like with the climate and everything. and it was something super chic to have. And usually these are really beautiful, have of course lots of windows and light for all the plants in there. And yeah, it's usually like my most favorite thing to see if I'm like visiting a castle or something, a newer castle, like not the ones that look like the medieval forts that you know. So yeah, this was kind of the inspiration for that, because I wanted to have this kind of botanical garden house, whatever. I don't know how to call it or what it is called in English exactly, but I think that you can relate now or like understand what I mean. So yeah, since I wanted to have this huge pool all around it so the Sims can swim in there, I decided to have little bridges all around it so you can get over, so it makes it more detailed again. This is why I also needed a foundation, because otherwise bridges look very boring in the game. And I wanted it to be like this kind of grand palace, castle, botanical garden, park first, and then that maybe throughout the time it got turned into a university or campus park just for students. And this is why there will be the white or off-white colored marble, very grand classical looking statues and decorations and everything. And then sometimes there will be very hippie, very colorful hippie things all around it that maybe the students had made or just painted on and everything. So it's like a mixture of these two things. I actually just wanted to do, you know, very hippie buildy things, but then I remembered it would look like a hippie festival, which I've already built. And then I remembered I wanted to do like a Grand Palais build as well. So I kind of mixed it, both builds together, and it's already like very detailed again. I cluttered it heavily this time. I'm really sorry. I mean, at the end I really thought, oh my god, it's like it's almost too much. But then I remembered that if you play with your Sims, you kinda are very close with the camera to your Sims. And since this is like a very huge lot, there's actually very much space between all the little different areas. So it will look empty. So I had to fill it. And when I like zoomed into my Sim, I realized that it's actually not that cluttered for the space or the amount of space that I had to fill. So it's maybe okay, but like from afar it looks like as if there's too much going on somehow. So I'm still not really sure how I did about this, or did I do it right. But I also wanted to have like lots and lots of functional stuff in there. So yeah, I started with the Grand Palais thing and the rivers and like the little pond and the whole bridges and everything, and then I started to fill in the niches or like the little areas that I wanted to have. The first little house that I did is like a little pagoda thing, just in general a little performing stage. It looks like Roman or Greek temple, which is also a reference, of course, to the Greek house system, I guess it is called in America, for the sororities and fraternities. And there your Sims can, of course, play as a band, or just, you know, I just put the DJ thing there. So the DJ can put some music on there, and then there are 2 dance floors, for example. I will also clutter it up with lots of really cool lights and laser shows and everything. So at night it looks really cool and they can have a really nice party there. My Willow Creek campus in general is somehow maybe more inspired by the American university or campus system, I guess. Because it's very different in Germany, of course. We don't have like these kinds of parks that, or just in general like an area where only the campus is. That's yeah, it's just different. Of course we have, but yeah, it's not the same. It's just not the same. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it would take like a whole video to talk about that. Willow Creek is just a campus, so there are only the students and the professors and the staff of the university, or like the lecture halls and everything is like living there. So this kind of park will also be used not only by students, but also by the deans and professors and the other staff that might live there on campus. So yeah, I thought we need lots and lots of different kinds of little areas for them to enjoy or that might interest them. So a little party area was definitely a need. There's also a little barbecue on the side, and yeah. I also put like a graffiti behind it. On the stage there's like a graffiti wall, which means that your Sims can daily update who is ever playing there, because usually you have kind of a poster or like a banner who's playing with like the band or which kind of event, whatever is like going on right now. So I thought it's easier to change that in gameplay with the graffiti wall, because your Sims can just paint another graffiti on there. And yeah, I thought that would be cool. Also a little bar next to the side, because first I thought, okay, we have so much space, maybe I can turn this also into a nightclub, a bar, a lounge, blah blah blah. And I couldn't make it work because I always it's like so dumb. I guess I will do this in like a live stream, because for a nightclub, I can remember now, but I guess for a lounge I needed a love seat, for a nightclub I needed bar stools, for blah 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 I needed that. Just like one little object that is always missing. But it's a working park, so I've set it to a park. It's the community lot is a park and should also work as a park. I've like partially play tested it, but since it's like super huge, it could also be that maybe some corners don't work so well, but I'm not sure. It's like I left enough space and everything, so yeah, this will work. Also in one corner there will be, or actually in two corners, like at the end of the little rivers, I guess. It's like a river going as a U shape, I would say, like a very generous U shape. On one hand there will be a pond kind of thing. So I thought there are these fountains, or like springs, I guess you would even call it. And yeah, I made like some stones in there, stacked them over one another. With the Control 9 key you can move up objects and stack them over another, if you didn't know that already. Make sure that you have move objects activated, bb.move objects on. Is it on? I can't even remember. I guess I do it like just naturally now to cheat in game mode or like in build mode. But yeah, and then I stacked some of these dome water emitters, fountain thingies in there, so it looks like a waterfall, very natural and everything. And I always wanted to do that. I did this on my tropical island and like on other builds as well. But yeah, here I wanted just to experiment with the different stones that we have. We have like stones from the base game, and then we had these tables and stone chairs from the outdoor retreat pack. So I stacked them one into another and kind of experimented with them. So it makes more sense why there's water. I hated that usually the water just appears there if you want to make it look more natural. So I decided to make some fountains in there, so it looks as if there's like a spring coming in there somehow. Yeah, but yeah, I hope that you like it, guys. Also on the other side there is like a little jumping in tower thing, dive in tower, whatever it is called in English. It is so hard for me to talk right now, I don't know. And yeah, I also placed some yoga mats and like some lotion and books and everything, so as if like the students are just taking like lots of sun baths there. And then there's also something that I immediately associated as a German with a campus park, because American universities or campuses, is campuses the plural of that? I hope so. They have something that I guess we don't like not have in that kind. Well, I only know this from movies and everything, or like from TV shows. But don't they have like something like orientation or information week, and where every little club or sorority or fraternity has like a little stand there to inform the freshmen if they want to join or something. So yeah, this is what we don't actually have. I mean, we have that with just in general information week, but it's just about your curriculum and what kind of subjects and classes you can go to. It's like only from the staff of the university, but not the clubs as much, the clubs, because we don't have like a huge club system in Germany. So yeah, it's different. It's like super different. And I wanted to do something like this since like my Willow Creek looks very American, and I guess it's even like supposed to be like an American suburbia or something. I wanted to go with that theme here too. So there is like a little, I don't know, information week corner. I used some of the booths from the City Living pack. I hope that they will work. I haven't tested them. Maybe I should have. But yeah, can actually reach them and go in there, but I think you can use them. I really hope so. And yeah, these little like tables where you can sell your stuff, for example. So I made it look as if like different kind of clubs would have a little stand or stall there and maybe talk and give out information for other students that may be new there. I thought it is like a really cool idea, and it's like super typical American for me somehow. So yeah, it might be weird for you, but this is something what I wanted to have. Also in that corner, there's the tree from the movie Hangout stuff with the lanterns hanging from the tree, which is super nice and colorful and kind of hippie. So I thought we need a hookah bar. Like, it's called a bubble bar, but we all know what it's kind of supposed to be, I guess. So, yeah, there is the part where all the Sims hang out and chill, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, I still needed like a little sports section for the jocks and the very athletic Sims. So there is a basketball court with some training equipment and a cooler, for example. So I thought this is also something to maybe get the jocks. It's so weird to tell. Like, that's a really weird word for a German jock. But yeah, so there's actually a place for everybody or for every sim. And yeah, I hope that you like it, guys, because yeah, it's something different, I guess. Also in the interior there is like, of course, 2 toilets and a kitchen, so your Sims can always fill their basic needs. Also there's a little section for the botanist, maybe classroom, and the art classroom with some easels. And upstairs there's a little sculpture art collection, like as on a display or something. Maybe something that the students have created over time. Okay, I'm really running out of ideas to explain this amazing, huge build. It's very detailed again. I know I kind of overdid it again. But yeah, I just hope that you like it as well, because it's very detailed. There's still lots of stuff to explore that I might have forgotten to tell you about right now in this video. So if you like it and if you want to download it, the download link is in the video description down below, of course, for you guys. Please write me in the comments what you want to see next in our Willow Creek campus. Please keep in mind that we are still building on our dormitory. Oh my god, that word. Dormitory, I guess. On the dorm. We are still building the dorm in the live streams. And yeah, what else as the dorm should we do in our Willow Creek campus? But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please enjoy the screenshots and I will see you soon. Bye bye!